Navy Federal Credit Union. To look, Social Security number. You can also say, to get you to the right person, please tell me which type of account you're calling about. For example, you can say checking, savings, credit card, mortgage, loan account, and so on. You can also say it's not an account, or to select from a list of account types, say list my choices.
List my choices.
Sure. Tell me which type of account you're calling about. Or for checking, checking line of credit, and debit cards, press 1. For savings, certificates, IRAs, and money markets, press 2. For credit cards, press 3. For mortgage, equity, auto, or other loans, press 4. To hear more options, say more options or press 5. Or to speak with a member service representative, say representative or press 0.
Representative.
Please hold for the next available member service representative. Be sure to ask about Voice ID, a secure and easy way to access your accounts on our automated telephone system. This call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Please remain on the line after your call to let us know how we did. All member service representatives are assisting other members. Please remain on the line and your call will be answered in turn. Thank you for your patience. All of our member services. Last name, please.
I'm sorry? Catherine?
May I have your... Yes, sir.
I just had
May I
a...
have your first name?
I just had a question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I don't need access to any of my accounts or anything. If, and I'm not sure about this, but if there's anything, if somebody's like hacking my account or trying to access it, like unauthorized people, would I be notified?
Usually, if with the transactions you have notifications set up on your account, if like any transactions come out of your account that's not you get notified.
Yeah,
Or you get notified for any transaction.
Yeah, I have that set up, and I always have received notification every time I've used it, and I have it set up to where I get the balance every other day and stuff. So I have been getting all that, but some things are just kind of like a little funny, and that's why I'm not like really worried. I just want to like figure out my options if something is happening, and I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying if something is happening. What should I do?
So you would definitely get notified. If there's like a transaction that, it's a transaction, you do transactions usually the same state, and a lot of people go to the same places. If there's a transaction on your account that's way, it doesn't look right, or if it's over a certain amount that's way high, it definitely would notify you. And if you see something that looks off the wall, doesn't look right, you give us a call and get you to the fraud department, and they can, do a little investigation and look into your account a little further.
Oh, there's a fraud department.
Yes, sir.
For your bank or per branch or just like like an actual police department kind of thing, or?
Well, it's not a police department, but it's for all the banks.
All of your banks, or all banks?
Yes, sir.
All the federal. Okay, so.
Usually, all banks have them.
Yeah, like they're like their own lawyer kind of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So it's not like a police department that just handles bank frauds.
Now, if something needs to be issued to the police department, then they can.
Right. I mean, it's still in-house because I still don't know, and I still want to keep it with Federal Credit to check everything, but not report anything if there's nothing happening. I just sold my house, so I have a lot of money. I've received a lot of money, and I've never had this particular problem that I think might be happening. So I just want to see what my options are and who to talk to.
So yeah, if keep an eye on your account. If you feel, always go with your gut. Your gut, if you feel something's really going on, you definitely can get to the fraud department, and they can look over it and just give you a peace of mind. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Any chance maybe one of the bank workers might be doing something funny? Because I mean, you guys, I can't imagine, because everything is, anytime you touch a computer, you put in your code, their code, so there's nobody's even allowed in the vaults anymore.
The only time a call center or any bank is to go into your account is just like you called in, but I'm not in your account right now.
Oh no, I mean at the branch. I'm kind of wondering, if there is somebody, say they might have known me, they don't like me. If they did anything, it would easily be recorded.
Oh, definitely easily, and hopefully nobody would do that. They definitely be recorded. Everything's recorded.
Yeah. And you said there's a fraud department?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the phone number?
If they have a back number, bear with me.
You've been very helpful. Thank you so much. I've always been poor, Oh, do you know what's the limit of amount that we're allowed to have cash on us, like legally? Like if I get stopped and the police says, "Hey, you have $200, got to take that money."
To be honest, that's a good question. I don't think there is a limit that I'm aware of. It all depends on whoever pulls you over, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess I would call the police department to ask that, or a lawyer or somebody, huh?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, if you have proof of, say you got I just don't have a big number here, $100,000 at the account, and the police, it feels like something suspicious, you have proof that you got this from the bank, and,
Yeah.
I don't know why they would, take any legal actions, but I'm not the police department, so I can't really vouch for that.
Man, it's scary being rich.
So yeah, that would definitely be a question for them. But yeah, the fraud department, they don't have a back number, but you can always call this number, that same number you just called to get with me, and we can transfer you on over there.
I'm sorry, did you say the fraud department does not have a, what number? Back number?
Like a toll-free back number.
Oh.
Just to get straight to them, but you can just call the same number that you called to get to me, and we just transfer you right over.
Do you have any phone number, even if it's not a toll-free number, for me to call?
Just the number that you called to get in touch with me.
Oh.
Which is, it's the same, we're all in the same call center. It's just different little departments with different extensions.
Oh, I see. So I call the call center, and call center redirects me to the fraud department.
Yes, sir. So you need to speak to the fraud department.
So you would transfer me, or I'd have to call back?
I can transfer you if you like.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much. Oh.
Do you mind if I pull up your account?
Oh.
Verify it?
I don't want to give anything over the phone. I would rather go into one of the branches to verify. I just want information. I don't want any information on my account or any accounts. I just want to know, you know.
Just general information?
Yeah, just to be safe.
Okay, yeah, sure. You're not to pull up your account. I understand. I'll go ahead and transfer you. Now, would you think it'd be more towards like the checking and routing number that would be compromised, or the debit card, or both?
On the fraud? Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know you guys had a fraud department.
Alright, I'll get you over to the fraud compromise, which is your account as a whole,
And
I'll just give you their information.
is there an extension number that you can give me, or do they have one?
They don't have an extension on it to get out, but I can just go ahead and transfer you. It's just a
Okay.
different department.
So, the fraud department doesn't have a direct phone number that you can give out, and they also don't allow you to give out their extension. I have to talk to a person, and then the person transfers me to the department. Is that it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, even if you try to use the extension by calling the number, it
Yeah.
won't go through. It only works with my.
And I'm not questioning you. I just want to make sure I got the procedures correctly. So if I find out something actually is happening, I want to make sure I take the steps that, you know, gets me to where I need to get faster.
Of course. Yes. Now, can I have your name at least?
I would rather not, if it's okay with you.
That's fine.
I could give you a pseudonym name if it's okay, but I don't want to be in trouble for lying, you know.
No, that's okay. I didn't know if you wanted to be addressed as Mr.
Oh, it don't matter.
But that's fine. Okay.
Oh, one last question.
Of course.
Am I allowed to withdraw like a lot of money and just take it home, put it on the floor, roll around in it, collect it, return it like the same day? Or is that something like, dude, you're taking up our time, we got to count the money, blah, blah, blah?
It's your money if you want to roll in it. Be my guest. You do whatever you like with it when you get home, and if you want to put it back in your account, it's completely
Excellent.
up to you as well.
You've been fantastic. I truly appreciate this so much. Thank you so much. I hope you are rich. I hope you get rich. It's an amazingly different world.
I would know. So thank you so much. And I'll go ahead and transfer you.
Excellent.
And I hope
Thank
have a
you.
wonderful day. Take care.
Minutes, 30 seconds.
All member service representatives are assisting other members. Please remain on the line and your call will be answered in turn.
how is it? Thank you for your patience if you don't have a choice. So, if you're impatiently waiting, you still have to wait. How do they know it's patience? Somebody's robbing you? Don't worry. We'll get right on it. Hold on. Let me put you on hold. What if somebody's like robbing me? Yeah, there's a fraud department. Oh. 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 The very next one. Are they lying? They just lied to me? The machine just lied to me. The very next representative will be right on it. Really? Right away. The very, very next one. Hold on. The very, very next one. You just hold on there. 17 minutes. Do they have a phone number? They do. Can't give it to you. Yeah, because I would be frauding the fraud department. Do they have an extension? Yes. What's that number? I can't give it to you. Because through the extension. Oh my God, that's crazy. Hello? Sorry, hello? I barely hear you. Hello?
If I could have your access number or your full social security number, please.
Who? I was waiting for the fraud department.
Yes, sir. So my name is Chase with
Chase?
Navy Federal.
Chase. Hi, Chase. I just had a question. I'm not reporting anything because I don't know if anything is happening, and I don't want to give anything over the phone number as far as my personal information. I'll go into the bank personally if anything is actually happening. I just wanted to understand the procedures. If somebody is accessing my phone or accounts or anything, this is the department, the fraud department, is where I need to get a hold of?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And any chance that it might be somebody working in the bank? I mean, I just sold my house and I got a lot of money and I'd like to take that money out, like cash-wise. Is that legal? Like to have a lot of money?
Yes, sir. So, I mean, there's nobody inside the bank that would be trying to steal your funds or anything like that. Yes, sir. If you wanted to withdraw your funds, you should be more than able to.
How much am I allowed to have on me? Like if I'm driving and police said there's a site, I forgot to flash the flashlight. They pull me over. They see the money. I show them the receipt from the bank because I'm going to have 3 receipts. And he says, well, we still have to hold it. You have to go in. How much, do you know legally how much money I'm allowed to have on me?
So for that, sir, I would have no idea. You would have to speak with like your local precinct for something like that.
And how much am I allowed to withdraw from the bank? Because I imagine not every branch has a whole bunch of money.
Well, so theoretically, sir, you would be able to withdraw anything that you should have within your account. So, of course, if, depending on the amounts, you may have a set an appointment where they'd be able to make funds available. But theoretically, you should be able to pull out anything that you're entitled to.
And if I don't notify them, I just show up. Does the bank have a certain limit for the day that anyone could come in? Because if I go in and they're like, we can only give you, I don't know, 5,000 because that branch's money is low. It makes sense. I don't want a lot of money sitting around anywhere. Is it possible that branch just didn't want to let me have more? Or like, does the branch actually have a set limit that they're only allowed to let out?
So that I would have no idea of either, sir.
Oh. From the ATM, it's only 300. Is that right?
So from an ATM, sir, you'd be able to withdraw $1,000 per card per day.
Per account?
Per card.
Oh, so if I have 4 cards, I could take out $1,000 from the same account as long as it's different cards. Let's say for my brother, one for my niece, and one for me?
Correct.
Where can I find out what the withdrawal cash limit in branch would? I guess I would have to call and talk to the manager of that branch. But then that sounds suspicious. Because if I call a branch, be like, how much money do you have? I want to withdraw it. They can't tell me how much they have. That's suspicious. But I could tell them how much I want. And then we'd have to prepare for the cash withdrawal. Is that what I'm understanding you're saying?
So, yes, sir. If it's any sizable amount of funds, like if you walked into a branch and you wanted to withdraw $200,000, I highly doubt they would have that just sitting around. So that's typically you would want to go into the branch, let them know what you would be looking to pull out, and then make an appointment with them.
Gotcha. And of course, it depends on how long it's going to take, who's going to bring it, blah, blah, blah. A week, 2 weeks, 2 months. Not that long. Can't be 2 months. Right?
Like, so for that, sir, I would have no idea. You'd have to visit a branch for that.
So if I was to call you and say, I went to a branch, I talked to the manager, and I gave that manager all my information to access my account that's really big now because I sold my house, and that branch manager said, well, it's going to take us 2.5, 3 months to get that much cash here. And then I show up that appointment time, the manager's gone and my bank account is zero. I call you to say, I think that bank manager took all the information I gave her and left with my money. Or who would I? Because that would be then a crime.
Correct. For something like that, sir, the first people you would want to call would be the authorities.
Okay. And if she says the limit's only 2,000, but the limit's actually 5,000, there's no way to find out if, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything, if the bank manager is involved, then I'm kind of stuck, huh?
So, if you're alleging that any kind of theft happens or anything like that, the first people that you would want to contact, especially for any kind of dollar amount like that, you would want to contact the police. And then, of course, you can always report it to us, and then, we'd have to have an investigation and everything there. But, has anything happened at a branch, or, if you're requesting to withdraw your funds, they're not going to hold the funds from you.
Right, that's what I would think. Especially, if it's like $4 or $5 million, okay, I could see a manager robbing a guest for $5 million. But if it's 200,000, like you said, that was the number you gave, 200,000. I cannot believe that any bank manager would risk all this craziness for that much money. So it's got to be a mistake. And I'm going to say it's probably my fault if there is a mistake. And I want to correct the mistake. But if it is the manager, that's going to be really tough. Unless they recorded it, which there's cameras everywhere. Yes?
Correct. I mean, it's, I'm not saying it's not possible by any means, but, someone inside of a bank location trying to steal any kind of $1 million amount of funds, well, it would not make it very far.
Yeah. Plus, which with most branches, I'm sure don't have that much laying just around. But they wouldn't intentionally say, we can only give you 2,000. You have to go to that other branch to get the other 3,000. They wouldn't just do that out of spite. I mean, there's got to be somewhere written down in the Navy Federal Credit's banking guidelines and whatever that says, okay, each person is allowed, like the ATM withdrawal. I'm sure that's written down somewhere. I looked it up. It's written everywhere. But I couldn't find anywhere that says I am only allowed this amount of cash from that branch. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yes, sir. I mean, any dollar amount that you would have in your account, you're entitled to withdraw it at any point. Now, of course, that would involve resources, of course. So if you have, $10,000 in your account and the branch only has, $5,000 sitting around, then obviously they can't distribute the full amount to you. So at that point, you may either have to go to another location or set an appointment with them
Absolutely.
for the relinquishment of the rest of the fund.
And that makes sense. But they won't give me, if they only have 5,000 cash, they would only give me, say, 3, because the other 2 would be for the maybe other guests. That makes sense too. But I can't ask how much they have. I don't want to know, because that sounds like I want to know to rob them. That's what that manager said. That if I ask, well, how much do you have? Maybe you just don't want me to have all my money from this branch because you don't like me. So you're forcing me to go to another branch just to irritate me just a little bit more. That would just be wrong. But if I'm a disabled person and this manager is literally refusing to give me the money that's in the account, verified, ID, all that other stuff, just to irritate me or just to punish me or whatever, that can't happen, can it? A bank manager doesn't have the authority to refuse to give out funds in the account in the cash form just because that bank manager is unhappy with somebody, especially a disabled person, no?
Correct. No, sir.
Would that be fraud?
So it wouldn't necessarily be fraud, but it 100%. I mean, unless they had reason to believe that something wasn't right or anything like that, then there's really no reason for them to refuse you, other than not having the necessary resources to conduct the transaction in the first place.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess that's about it. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful.
Of course.
Who would I report that to if, and again, I'm not saying that manager did that, but if, like, who can I report it without it being like a serious thing? Like, can somebody, like her manager or whatever, just ask, did you do that? And she says no, and I'll be like, okay. Like, informal.
You can always ask. So, informal, I mean, unfortunately, we really wouldn't have any kind of avenue for it, I suppose. I mean, if they're doing something like that, sir, that's a pretty hefty offense. So, at that point, if something's happened, you can, of course, always let us know. But as far as reporting it in, some kind of nonchalant way or anything like that, it more than likely wouldn't be able to happen.
Okay. I go into the bank. I ask, how much can I withdraw? They say unlimited. I say, okay, I want cash withdrawal. Oh, it's, well, we can't tell you. Okay. And then I say, I think there's somebody accessing my account. I think there's fraud occurring in my account. If the manager hears that, and I tell the manager directly, I think there's fraud occurring to my account, that manager would do something. Yes?
Correct.
Okay. She didn't, and refused me my money and told me to drive 3 different cities away to try and access my money. That would be horrible. Is that correct?
So, has something happened, sir?
Yes.
So, what exactly had happened?
That's exactly what happened. I walked in. As I'm walking in, there's a person in the front. I asked the person, how much can I withdraw? Is it 300 from the ATM? They said, no, it's 1,000. I said, how much can I withdraw from inside the bank? They said, it's unlimited. I get in line and I think about that, and I think, that can't be. Nobody has unlimited cash. So I go back and I said, I'm sorry, how much cash can I withdraw from my account? She says, how much do you need? I tell her the amount. She says, yeah, we should have that. I said, okay. I said, can we check to see if you have that? Because I don't want to wait in line. If I got to drive another 3 miles or 10 miles, whatever it is, I want to go to that bank first. She says, I'll look. Okay. I get in line. I get to the cashier. And the cashier says, oh, we'll look. I said, we will look. I said, I told her, and she said, she's looking. Did she see? Because I'm thinking, she went to the vault, counted the money. That's weird. Everything should be electronic. Sounds like the lady in the front is lying. Can't verify. Okay. So I say, how much can I withdraw? She says, how much do you need? The cashier says the same thing. And I say the number. She goes, okay, let's see if we have that much. Starts the process, checks IDs, all kinds of ways to check me. None of them identified themselves with other than a tag on their shirts. Nobody said manager, they just had their names. And I said, so how much can I withdraw? And the manager happened to give me the same exact number that I gave her on the amount that I want to withdraw. That's kind of odd. But whatever. She can't be making that number up. Whatever. So it took a long time to get some of my money. And along the way, while we're waiting there, I tell her, I'm pretty sure somebody's committing fraud in my accounts. Letting her know why I am taking out my money. Because I think somebody's stealing from me. If there's a report, I should have an access to the report, right? Because she didn't leave anything. She didn't get any more information. She stood there hearing a disabled veteran that she knew I'm a disabled veteran because I told her. And she didn't take any information. Did she run a fraud case alert thing? I don't think so. Nothing. There's nothing. But she sure stood there very unhappy. I don't know why. It never offered me any other way of taking my money out. No cashier's check, no whatever. That's when I started feeling a little weird because when I went in, she said unlimited. I'm assuming she meant like I could get an unlimited amount of cashier's checks. That makes sense. But then when I asked for the cash amount, she never told me how much I'm allowed to get out. She told me it depends on the amount that's in the bank. That makes sense. Like 3%, 5% of what's in there? No, we can't tell you. Okay, because somebody will rob us. That makes sense. So you can't tell me how much is in the bank. You can't tell me how much I'm allowed out of the bank. And the number that you're allowing me to take out happens to be the same exact number that I gave you. That's kind of odd.
Well, so no, that all makes sense for security purposes, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, especially if
security
you're working in a
for
physical-
you where's the security for me? Because it sounds like I'm getting robbed by this person. I mean, I don't want to know how much is in there. Give me an idea of how much I can take out, because it shouldn't be different from one person to another. If a disabled person wants their money and the bank only allows a certain amount, it should be the same as an able-bodied person. You shouldn't say, okay, you can get 5,000, but you, we're only going to give you 2,000. We don't like you. A little too tall, a little too fat, whatever. That can't happen. That's not legal in any world. You cannot deny a disabled person their money and then not tell them why, and then demand that they have to drive 3 different cities away to get the rest of the money if that bank has their money. And I can't call because that sounds like, safety for you guys. Where's the safety for me? I'm the one that has, used to have the money.
Sure. So now I can definitely understand, from their point of view as well. If someone comes in asking, all sorts of amounts and things like that, personally, especially if you're working at a physical location, that question's been asked by a lot of wrong people over, the course of banking.
Absolutely.
So,
that means I'm the bad person. Because bad people have asked that question, that means that I must be the bad person. Until I got verified, right? IDs and rectal exam? Sure. Okay, after the rectal exam, when do I get the information that I'm asking for as a known, identified, verified customer? I come in all the time. I give you my money all the time. There's people sending you my money electronically all the time. But when I want my money out, all of a sudden, hey, maybe you're the thief. Okay, sure, here's my ID. Where's your ID? None of them showed me their IDs. I don't know their last names. It's okay. I don't want to know. But are you denying me my money because I'm disabled? Are you denying my money because maybe you just don't like me? It's got to be the same procedure for everybody. That procedure has to be written down. Some person at the bank can't just make up the amount that I am allowed to have and then not even offer a cashier's check for the balance and then not even report fraud. Come on, really? That can't be legal.
Sure, I understand. So, technically, when they say, unlimited funds, I guess it's, but, no 2 people are going to come in wanting the same amount. I'm sure they will, but, let's say for argument's sake, if you've got, $1 million in the bank and you walk in, you want to withdraw all that, of course, they're not going to have, $1 million on hand.
Sure.
So, of course, at that point, what they should have done is, if it's a sizable amount, let me ask you this, sir, if you don't mind divulging the information, of course, what was the amount that you were looking to withdraw?
That sounds very suspicious. Are you trying to rob me now? Because maybe she robbed me. Maybe my phone is being redirected. I don't even have a phone number to you. I don't have your last name. What's your social security number? You have to identify yourself before I give you that information. That's fair, right? So many people robbing people. You must be trying to rob me. What's your phone number, sir? Are you a man? I don't even know.
Sure, I understand that it seems like a double standard. I do.
No, sir. I'm accusing you right now of attempting to rob a disabled veteran. You're on the phone with me. You must, by law, identify yourself. If you don't, you are committing a crime. Identify yourself, please.
Sure. All I'm able to verify, sir, is that my name is Chase.
Chase the bank? Do you have a spelling? What? Chase is Chase like the bank? Did I call the wrong bank? Which bank did I call?
So this would be Navy Federal Credit Union.
And your name is Chase. Do you have a spelling to that name?
Correct. Sure, yes, sir. So it'd be Chase.
And there's somebody I'm going to be able to call to verify that you are not lying to me and that you are not cheating me, because you're refusing identification. If I refuse identification, that would be dangerous. Do you have an ID number? Maybe there's 2 Chases. operator
Not
number?
that I'd be able to provide, no, sir.
So you can't give me your number, you cannot give me your name, you can't not give me your direct phone number. I don't even want to know where your physical address is, because then I sound suspicious. Can you stay on the line while I call the FBI and report you as a criminal? Are you allowed to do that?
No, sir. At this point, no.
So what's our options? You're refusing me your name, you're refusing me your number, you're refusing me your direct line number, you're refusing me everything that I might be able to identify you with, but you want to know how much money I got. Oh, you sound suspicious. Chase, I guess. Mail? Robot? Computer? I don't know. Can you send me a picture of your ID? How can I verify who you are?
Well, sir, if you were looking to do business face-to-face, at that point you would have to visit a branch.
Gotcha. So I'm going to go to a branch. They're going to tell me who you are. And if they cannot, then I must call the FBI because somebody named Chase is committing fraud. Is that fair? Because now we got to wonder, who are you? No number, no last name, no direct phone number. Man. And then you start asking me about my money. That's suspicious. Is that fair?
Well, I was simply just attempting to help you out here, sir, and see if the, again,
Thieves say
what
that
kind
a
of
lot.
figure is being
Thieves,
tossed around here.
people who steal, people target disabled people. People steal saying the same thing. Hey man, I'm just trying to help you, buddy. Let me hold your wallet. I'm just trying to help you. That sounds even more suspicious, Chase. Okay, I think we're just about done. Do you need like case number or badge number or anything from me? Because I think you're looking at some trouble here, buddy.
No, sir, there wouldn't be anything further I'd need from you.
Very good. Good luck. Oh, look at who are you? Chase. Chase like the bank, chase me away, chase a who? Dirty fuckers, huh? You need to tell me everything. How much money you got? Wait a minute. Why are you asking me about my money? Who are you? I'm a fraud detective. No, I'm a what? Where do you work? I'm at the federal. Federal? I thought you said Chase. Chase what? Oh, yeah. How can I identify you? Do you have an operator number? No, can't give that out. What? Do you have a direct line? Can't give that out. Fraud. Dirty fucking, who are you? Oh, well, I can't tell you. You can't tell me who you are. Then you start asking me about my money. What the fuck? Oh, come on now.